इंडीबात के सभी पात्र और घटनाएं वास्तविक हैं, जिसका किसी भी व्यक्ति या घटना से जुड़ाव स्वाभाविक है। यदि आपको किसी भी व्यक्ति या घटना से इसकी समानता मालूम होती है तो इसे हमारा एकमात्र उपदेश समझा जाएगा।
Hi, I'm Lovely, and I'm an artist by heart and innovator by profession and a manager by choice. Since all three things are different from each other, so I just try to make it a little bit clear. Since the season of love is going on and I have been asked to interpret what love is for me. So as per my understanding, how I see what love is, I equalize love to freedom. This is all my personal perception. So love is the most natural phenomena we have seen around us. Just like other natural things are there, they all are free. Whether it be a wind, lakes, trees, they all grow in a very natural environment in their own spirit without any interruption and fullest of their freedom. So for me, love is like freedom only, and it needs to be nurtured in that way. So this is love for me.
I think this is the most articulated version of the love I have ever heard from all the people we have called in this Indibaat series.
Actually, I just try to compare it with something which is most natural in their own way, because love is also created by nature only, and it is inspired by nature only. So we can definitely relate it to it. And for the nurturement as well, we need to go with the rules set by nature only. And this is what I feel.
So lovely to know and to discuss further about this whole feeling of love. I want to ask a very specific question with you. It's like, so how love helps in your work or in your passion?
Love for anything makes me feel about it, makes me to connect with it. For me, as an artist, as I said earlier, when I paint or when I write, so I feel connected to anything I love. And if I don't love any particular thing or particular job, I won't be able to perform in it. So whenever I paint, I try to love the subject I'm painting and I'm sketching on. This is how love helps me in my own work.
Further, if I ask, can you specify like a role of a better half or role of somebody who is there in your life, and how that one person can inspire you to do things which in general people can't just do?
I will not go into philosophy too much about it, and to give you a very crisp example, I won't be able to show it right since we are on podcast. So my better half inspired me to do a painting of Shiva and Parvati when we were engaged. It's a very personal thing. I'm just going to share it with you because I really think it should be spread out right now. So I tried to paint Shiva and Parvati in a very platonic love scene, but I tried it many a times, 5 or 6 or 8 years, I don't know exactly, but it never turned out to be that emotionally connected to me or to audience out there. So when I was engaged and I was in those vibes and I was in those feelings, I could connect to it and I could paint on it in the most natural way and the most authentic way, and to my surprise, it got the most virality till the date any of my painting have ever received.
So one of your best artworks so far.
Yeah. It actually crossed more than 1.6 million views over the internet.
That's remarkable.
Yeah, it was. So I feel when you are connected with someone and it helps you to inspire or to feel in such direction, you get the positive vibes. And if you are feeling positive about anything and if you are feeling loved about anything, you put your heart and soul into the particular thing, whatever you are doing or whatever you are feeling. Yeah, that helps you grow.
Let me go little more personal. So your better half, does she allow you to follow your passion?
Yeah, she don't just allow me, she actually push me.
Because passion does require a lot of sacrifice and compromise in personal life.
Definitely. But in my case, I'm quite lucky enough to have a partner like that who always supports me and encourages me to do such things. She gives me space, she gives me time, like all natural things I articulated in my initial conversation. All these natural things need space, time in their own environment. So my better half gives me that kind of environment that I can grow in the most natural way, like a tree grows in a jungle in the most natural way. So she gives me that kind of space, because that's the most vital thing in love, the most vital aspect of love.
Yes, I can't agree more than that.
Yeah.
I absolutely believe and I can understand what you are trying to say. One last question, Lovely, in this conversation. So people out there who are just looking for their better half and eventually not able to find that better half, so what they should do? They should compromise, or maybe not compromise, maybe like just agree with what situation is and do the thing, or like just wait. What people should do?
I guess that that question is very much relatable to people out there who are into corporate life. The race is out there, so they always get encountered upon these questions. So in my case, it happened like that. We got into a very calculated relationship. We didn't fall in love with each other in the very first meeting. Yeah, we got attracted for sure. That's the very first phase. We got into a calculated relationship which was based on mutual understanding, compatibilities and all those things. But when we actually passed through all the highs and lows and all the good and bad things, we got converted our relationship into love. That's how I see it. That's how I perceive it.
Okay.
So love grows naturally. As I said earlier, I'm repeatedly saying that love grows in their most natural way, in the most natural environment. You can't love. You just be a part of it voluntarily. It just happens.
So very well said, Lovely. I believe like many of our audience can understand love is not just about meeting somebody at first and just having all the bright and shine life ahead.
Yeah, it's not a fairy tale.
About,
But it's a lifetime experience. One can have and enjoy till the date, until their deathbed.
All right, Lovely. Thank you so much for being with us, and I truly feel like what you felt, what you experienced, many of us can relate with it, and eventually it will help us in realizing love is all about growing old together.
It's all my pleasure, Nitin. It's all my pleasure for giving me a call. Yeah.
आप भी शेयर कीजिए अपने प्यार की बात, क्योंकि इंडी बात के अगले अध्याय हैं सिर्फ प्यार के नाम। इंडी बात, आपकी बात आपके साथ।